So why have a tummy tuck? Well, for me, I had many reasons why. I gave birth to 4 children and my stomach is very saggy. I gained a lot of weight and then I lost weight. And so even though people would never notice, it was more about how I felt. Because I was very, very good at hiding my skin. Because, you know, they come, I mean, there's great jeans and there's great girdles and there's great spikes. And I used that. And so people, when I first told them why I was having a tummy tuck, they're like, you don't even need that. But they didn't see underneath. They didn't see any of that. They didn't know how I felt. And I didn't want to do it at first because I felt like I was going to be judged. I felt like I've lost all this weight. I'm a Beachbody coach. I don't know if I should be, if I do that, I don't want people thinking that I did that just to have this flat tummy. I felt like it was cheating. But I found out that it's definitely not. Having a tummy tuck is not about losing weight. And I learned that from my doctor. It's more about removing skin. And there's a huge difference. Because I assure you, I've not lost weight. But I did get my skin removed. And I did last summer in June. People don't know it because I never announced it to people. But I had laser lipo. And when I had laser lipo, the doctor was very honest with me. He told me that he didn't know if it was going to work. But I was so excited. I just wanted that skin gone. I wanted to be able to, you know, do a jumping jack without flopping skin even. So after I had the laser lipo, it as my plastic surgeon says, it was cute. I mean, it gave me a little curves, but it didn't fix the problem that I wanted fixed, and I wanted the skin gone. So my plastic surgeon helped explain to me that we're just removing your skin. We're not doing anything else. It's not going to help you lose weight. So I said, I thought more about it because I went to different consults. I think it's very important to be very comfortable with your plastic surgeon. I went through a few, and their staff too, because these are people that's going to be cutting you open, and you want the best guy or girl. So I still battled in my head of I'm being selfish. I don't want to waste more money, because when I had laser lipo, and I'm not saying it's bad for everybody, it just wasn't, it didn't help me because I had so much skin, and I wasn't happy with the progress. In fact, actually it made me extremely depressed. I was horrified that I wasted $3,000. My husband works hard, and I felt like garbage because that's money we could use for our family. So 9 months later, when I'm considering having a tummy tuck, I kind of felt selfish to even ask him or clear it with him, because it's another $6,800, and here it is just for my stomach. And this is the man, and a lot of people, family, friends, they don't think I need it. And so I battled again, and my husband has always supported me no matter what. It was all about me, and he supported me either way. But I didn't go into it thinking, oh, I got to get this done because of my husband. He looks at me funny, because he's loved me at my absolute worst. So I made the decision because of me, and that's it, nobody else. But I battled with other people of how they're going to judge me. And I probably felt that way, because this is where I'm going to make a huge apology. When I lived in Hawaii about 10 years ago, one of my best friend's neighbor, her name was Rachel, and I'll tag her so she'll know who she is. And I'm apologizing to you right now in front of everybody, because our husbands were deployed and she wanted to get a breast enlargement. And I judged her, and it was horrible, and I'm sorry I ever did that, Rachel. And I didn't understand it. I was like, why would she need to have that done? I mean, she is gorgeous and she looks perfect to me, but I'm not Rachel. It was more about how she felt. And I got girls, so I can't even talk, so I'm not in her head. I don't know how she feels. And so when I first started thinking about having this tummy tuck, I just started thinking about how everybody's going to judge me. And I'm guilty of judging somebody because I judged her. But I remember sitting with her one time. Our husbands were, like I said, they were deployed. And I was going over, flying to Australia to meet the sub when it pulled in. And she sat on the phone with me at Victoria's Secrets. And we were trying to order me some panties. And there was no panties that I could wear, especially ordered through them. I can't even order my bra through them. But there was no panties I could wear that would cover my stomach. And I remember she cried with me. We were just horrified that I couldn't get a sexy outfit to go meet my husband. And this is the poor girl that I judged. So my apologies. Because she was the first person that I called when I made the decision that I'm going to have this tummy tuck. And she was so happy for me. And basically I just took, and I remember I'm just like, I'm not going to worry about anybody's judgment. I'm going to worry about me. And the moment you can do that, I mean, it's very freeing. I felt amazing, and I felt good about my decision. I wanted to be able to, there's so many things, and you may be struggling with it, or you may know somebody who's struggling with it. You don't know what they're thinking on the inside about their stomach. Like, I have stretch marks, and I have just flopping belly. I hated, like, even sitting in the car with my husband. He'd put his hand on my thigh, and I'm like, oh, get your hand away from me. He could feel, you know, I felt like my stomach would literally touch my leg, even when I was sitting. Or I couldn't wear certain panties, so I had the grandma panties. Or exercising, like I said before, burpees. There's lots of high knees and jumping jacks, or even holding planks. I'm like, oh. So you start to disguise it, and it makes you feel worse and worse and worse. I mean, there's so many lists can go on. I can go on all day about it, of why I have the tummy tuck and why I felt so horrible. A big one was when I wake up every morning, even the grandma panties, you'd wake up and your underwear would roll down your belly. And one of the biggest things I remember that helped me with my decision was I went to meet Chalene Johnson. She's one of my favorite peeps, along with her sister Janelle Summers. And I got a chance to go up to New York City and work out live with her on TV. And I'll show you her picture. This is our picture from that moment. I don't know if you can see it. But that day, and the outfit I was wearing, I was so proud of myself because now I've lost a lot of weight. I'm feeling good. But I remember, and I didn't share it with anybody, I remember I went to the back row. And I'm not known as I'm a front row girl. But I went to the back row because this is live TV. And while I was working out, I'm glad I was wearing a baggy shirt, because when I went to we were doing Turbo Fire, and when I went to do one of the moves, I felt my pants even roll down my stomach. And it was horrifying to me. I was like, man, I've worked so hard, and you're never going to be able to see my abs ever, because there's too much skin. And that was an eye-opener for me. I was so glad and proud to be there, but I remember feeling upset. And then last summer, I went to Summit, and it was in Las Vegas, and I was working out live again with Shanti, and I was doing an insanity workout, and we were doing burpees actually. And then afterwards, you know, Shanti's really great about when you're done working out, we all crowd around the stage, and he starts giving you just so many amazing, just positive influence, just going on and on. You're worth it. You can do this. Don't compare yourself to other people. Blah, 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 blah. And I remember going with my husband to the back of the stage and crying. I was crying my eyes out, but I've worked so hard up until this point. Still. And I still didn't feel good. Still, after all this time. It's been 2 years. And it's not because of anybody else. It was because of me. And his words were so wonderful. But the problem was I didn't believe him. I tried, and I cried to my husband. I'm like, I wish with everything I have that I could believe what he was saying. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's how I felt. And to me, I was like, it's easy for him to say he has a six-pack. and all these other people have these great stomachs, and that's all I could see, that's all I could focus on. And so here I am a year later. I just decided that I was tired of just feeling sorry for myself. I was tired of feeling like everybody's gonna judge me, and I made this decision. I'm doing it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care if people judge me, because trust me, there's plenty. They're gonna judge me on other things. I could be perfect. And I tell my kids this all the time. You can be perfect, but somebody's gonna find something wrong with you. Somebody. So you need to focus more on how you feel. So that's why I decided that it's time for me. It was my time. So I went into the doctor, and this is where I'm gonna end this video because it's getting really long. So my next video is going to be all about my first visit to the plastic surgeon and all the details of what we went through. So again, I hope you watch it.